Hey, hope all is well again. So we're gonna start with lesson number 4.3 about audience research if you don't have an email list and if you also do have an email list. The strategies will work either way. So let's go over it. I'm gonna go over them one by one. So first we have answer the public. So if you go to answer the public, you can just type in any keyword. And then, for example, I use the word therapy here, and then you can see what questions people ask to Google. And the greener the circle is, the more they've asked it. So, for example, which therapy is best for me? Will therapy help me? What therapy do I need? Why therapy helps? Are therapy and counseling the same thing? Can therapy help? Also, of course, the less greener ones are also important. Will therapy help me with my anxiety? Will therapy make me happy? Will therapy help anxiety? What therapy is best for PTSD? You're gonna, if you look around here, you're gonna get some ideas. You can use it for free, but only for a certain amount of searches per day. So be careful when you use it, and type down the right keywords. The other one is a Facebook ads library. So you can actually look at what other people are advertising. So let's do Tony Robbins. And then, for example, United States. All ads. You can literally see this ad here. So this way you can also do some research on your competition. So that's pretty cool. Usually ads that have been running for a long time are ads that work well. I mean, why would somebody have an ad up that doesn't work, right? For at least for a long time. You can see some of the dates here. If it's new, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. But yeah, you can just look around and do that for your market. And if you see some kind of patterns, if many of them do the same, for example, you can either just improve what they're doing, or you can try what they're doing if you think if it makes sense a lot, or you make a twist on it. There's lots of things you can do creatively, I would say. You also have Groupon. Groupon will help you to get an idea of what you could offer. For example, let's say here I type down chiropractor, and here you see an offer. So for $29, I get an exam, X-rays, electric stim therapy, and one chiropractic adjustment. You can, if you do Facebook ads for clients and you work with a chiropractor, you can ask should we do like an exam and X-ray, and he will help you with what makes sense. Maybe, for example, this is too much. And of course, if you're a chiropractor yourself, you would know what would make sense. There is a difference between Groupon and Facebook ads. Groupon, the quality of the leads on Groupon is usually worse than on Facebook ads, because people really go on Groupon just to find a good deal, and people don't go on Facebook to find a good deal. So this is already kind of a different kind of segment of a market. But it is good for just getting some ideas on what are other people doing in your market. Google Trends can be interesting. So in Google Trends, you'll see how popular something is. The way that Google says if something is popular or not based on the searches and people showing interest. And for example, I typed down here therapy in the past 12 months in the United States. Kind of stable. Interesting that in the beginning of the year, therapy was higher. So, but then you see related topics, online counseling topics. So online counseling has grown a lot, which makes sense, of course, because of COVID. People are inside much more. Yeah, these are just some of the things. Also you can go on goodreads.com, which is like an IMDb for books. You can look at good reviews and bad reviews. You can do the same for Amazon. And then you can look for patterns. For example, what are there some patterns that you can see from the bad reviews? Do you keep on seeing similar bad reviews? Because if you keep on seeing the same complaints, it means there's maybe a little hole in the market that you can try to solve, and then you can do something about that in your campaign. Or maybe the best points, and you can see like what people really appreciate and then focus a little bit on that. Book explanations help also if it's a very popular book. You can even get some inspiration for headlines maybe. So some other ways, of course, past and current customers, talk to them, think about what their situation was, what really helped them, and at what moments they actually bought your service or product. Go in Facebook groups, check for questions that keep coming back, check the most popular post on it and see what it's about. Also ask questions yourself in group, connect with people and start conversations. Really find the deeper problems that people have and the patterns that you see with what they struggle. There's no need to copy people. You don't want to be the exact same, of course, but the best would be to be an improvement and tackle the missing things in your market that people complain about often. Go on calls with people you know, potential clients, friends, anybody. Ask questions in any group that you can find. Chat with people that are in similar businesses, in a similar business as yours. If somebody's in your business but already for a longer time, and if they're willing to kind of talk with you about, how they're doing their marketing or what helps, for example, and what doesn't help, and what they've tried. If you figure that out, that would be very nice. I've noticed, for example, in my niche, which is the marketing niche, we are all really willing to help each other. Even sometimes you can pay each other for some tips, or just for free. You just swap information. Very, very helpful, actually. Sign up to email lists and see their standard behavior. You want to be different than them in the emails. For example, do they all have similar types of email sequences or headlines? Is it kind of... Because you might want to be a little bit different than them, unless you think they're, of course, doing really good again. But it's good to at least know what they're doing. You can also potentially make a form that's mandatory for working with you. For example, on our website, everybody has to fill out a form before they can get on a call with us for our service. And that's kind of that's us doing audience research also, and finding out if they're a good client to work with for us, because we don't work with everyone. Quite picky. Of course, you can be retrospective about your own life. Maybe you're in a business that you came into because you had a specific problem in your life and that you then kind of fixed, and then wanted to teach other people how to do the same. Then it will really help to just think hard about your life, write down stuff about your life, and then you will understand your audience much better. You can also try to make a survey and make an ad to a cold audience. I know it does work sometimes. In general, it's much better if you have a warm audience. But that's one of the ways you can try. For if you're really in doubt, for example. And if it's possible, write down their first, second, and third most frequent goals, dreams, pains, fears, objections, or relating to what you offer. Because then you will be able to tackle it a lot on your landing pages, on your Facebook ad copy, in your videos. You can adjust your product even, or make a product especially for these for the things you will find out from the audience research. Okay, I'll go into lesson 4.4 right away. It's maybe easier. Some extra thoughts on audience research. Research is very hard to do perfect. So be careful that you don't spend too much time on it. Sometimes it takes, you need to actually do stuff to find out the bottlenecks, to find out more about how your audience is behaving in practice. And also, you can talk, for example, to friends and to clients, etc. But credit cards do speak louder than words. Mainly because of there's lots of reasons for that. But the social desirability bias is quite strong. So, for example, if you ask people if they're willing to pay 6K for a weight loss course, people might say yes, because they never want to hurt you, or they don't want to admit that they can't afford it, for example. And in reality, you might find out that everything in the funnel goes well, except that they can't actually afford it. And you'll get messages about the price. So yeah, like I said, real buying behavior can be different than what people say to you because they want to be liked or don't want to come across as someone with not so much money, for example. Or they don't want to come across as someone with low confidence. And then again, maybe people say it's because of the money that they don't buy. When push comes to shove, when you maybe your offer is actually not showing the value enough. In short, people have social desirability bias, which can influence the validity of your research. And yeah, the social desirability bias is the bias that involves correspondents as answering questions in a way that they think will lead to being accepted and liked. For example, and that's another example, if you ask someone why they might want to lose weight, they might say it's for their health, and that is and that's of course a very accepted answer, at least in the West. But maybe deep down they want to lose weight to feel more confident so they can feel free again in the world. They actually might be deeply ashamed of how they look, even in front of their partner. They might feel worthless because of this, but they might not tell you because many people want to be seen as the way they want to be themselves in a way. So, and some will not even actually know why they really want to lose weight. Just an example of one of the many research biases that are out there. And also there's no social study or experiment with 100% significance level, meaning that, yeah, it's just not perfect. It's not always 100% true, the cause and effect, and real behavior will show you a lot. So I would say, if you're in doubt, make multiple offers and try them out. Or if you're not really sure, but you have a good idea, but it seems that's very difficult to do actual audience research for whatever reasons, just go for it and see how it goes. You'll find out along the way a lot. And that's also one reason why we're doing also the lead generation, is because along the way you're going to be in contact with them a lot, or much more than before, or at least more than before, because you're going to grow your email list. And that will show you also their struggles and how you can help them and how you can improve the world, basically. So yeah, the next lesson is gonna be about the offer. See you guys. Bye-bye. Hey, hope all is well. Yeah, just one quick little thing I want to add. When you're doing research and when you're talking to people, be careful of the confirmation bias also. That's a very strong bias. So basically, try to ask questions where you don't put a presumption before already. So meaning that you might have an idea of how things will be and what people actually struggle with. But if you put that into their mouth yourself already, because of the way you're questioning them, you might get that answer out just because the way you're questioning, but you actually want to find out what they are thinking and what their struggles are in their own words. But yeah, the amount of biases that research has, and also there's like correlation effects, but you cannot say it, then it's cause and effect, for example. So having perfect study is just very, very careful, very difficult. So ask open questions and try not to put words into people's mouths when you do talk to them for more valid research, meaning that you're actually finding the answers that you're looking to find. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.